Sheila Saunders, and I've been the coordinator for Barrowden and Wakerley Community Shop since 2005. We received £9,950 from Local Foods in August 2009, and this was very much appreciated. We're a community shop, so we aim to provide an excellent service for all customers. We emphasise the fact that we want to provide local foods as far as possible and also fair trade. The beneficiaries really fall into three main categories. First of all, customers. Our customers are actually in our own village, but also from a lot of neighbouring villages, because there aren't very many shops in our area. We have a wide range of volunteers, and the third group of people who probably benefit most are our suppliers. We look for local suppliers, particularly those who are too small to send their products to supermarkets. The impact on the community is very significant. It's very much a social hub, and this is actually very important in a community where people can be very isolated. The local food grant in our plan of events was very critical, really, because we were at the point where we had spent all our money, we hadn't fully equipped our shop, and we also needed to pay our manager. And so it gave a lot of encouragement to the steering group that you were prepared to see the potential of our community shop. And it really has been like a seed corn that has actually enabled a lot of other things to spring out, because the timing was so important to us.
My name's Louise Cyril. Our project, the Growing Kitchen Community, was awarded £10,000 for our company Fourthland on Local Food. The project involved fundamentally the establishment of what is now called the Growing Kitchen Resident Group. From the outset, this was developed through funding to deliver a capacity building package and a technical package with residents that included workshops on practical skills, gardening, cooking, but amongst other things, actually the ability to work as a collective group, bringing people together from diverse communities. The beneficiaries of the project have been direct and also far-reaching, from building confidence and empowerment of group members to that core group of 12 expanding to 20, expanding to 50, now becoming 100 that are involved directly in the project. And then now recently having a knock-on effect on the estate as a whole, the 3,000 residents that live on this estate who are now receiving newsletters about projects like this. The grant enabled the project to be sustained, and it has been so obviously sustained for all of these years. It has made the TMO take resident-led projects more seriously, and that wasn't the case 5 years ago when we first started working on the estate. It was always thought that resident-led projects wouldn't work, that other options needed to happen with how spaces change, and this has totally shifted that. There is now a newsletter specially dedicated to these projects, which is a really amazing change.
My name's Catherine Boyle. The name of the project is Bee Friends, Protecting and Promoting Middlesbrough's Urban Bee Population, and we were awarded just short of £10,000. There were three kind of main strands to the project. The first one was to set up some community apiaries where people could come and actually try beekeeping before launching into what can be quite an expensive hobby. And included within that, we tried to create some experts, some mentors, so people who could work actually on sites such as this. The other elements to it were education, so we had an extensive programme of training. And the other element, which was a relatively small element because it was such a short project, was to actually produce some honey. We ran some accredited training courses, and we've had people from about 18 to, I think our oldest beekeeper is about 83 or 84. But additionally, we've also been able to go into schools and talk to school children as well, and to the teachers, because there's a lack of understanding about bees, and that has affected the population levels as well. And in terms of their backgrounds, we've had people who are very well established gardeners, and then we've had people who have no experience whatsoever, so it really has touched quite a broad range of people. Beekeeping in itself is not a cheap thing to start up. The average kind of setup costs are probably about £500 per hive, and that would have been out of the reach for most small-scale community projects and for most gardeners, particularly in this area, which, as you can probably imagine, suffers from quite high levels of deprivation. So without that initial influx, I don't really think we would have been able to do this project at all, so it has been crucially important.